First and foremost, why don't we give it up for everybody that made their way to the stage to perform, all the performers. Everybody have a good time? I had a great time. Did everybody have a great time? And I want to send a big shout out and a big round of applause for Deirdre for putting the event together again, right? So this is the 14th one. So great job. And I want to thank Deirdre for inviting me out tonight. So my name is Evidente. I work at Universal Music Canada. I am the director of A&R there. For those who might not know what that means, it's artist and repertoire. That's what A&R stands for. It's not accounts receivable, which I've had as well. So, you know, I just giving a few words. I want to congratulate everybody that's come up here. And one of the things I really want to sort of applaud everybody is for anybody who just got on stage. It takes a lot of courage and a lot of balls just to come up on stage and perform, never mind perform in front of a big crowd, but just to perform in general. So once again, a big round of applause for everybody. So, you know, I've been to a few of these events where I've gotten the opportunity to sort of see different talent from not just here in Toronto, but across the country. And one thing that I really got to, that I see that everybody has in common is everybody has a passion for music, so just to give, and Deirdre said maybe you can give a little bit of words of advice in terms of what, labels are looking for and stuff like that when signing artists. It's pretty simple, I think, really at the end of the day. Talent, I think, is one thing for sure, definitely. But as well, there are different people here who are performing, whether they're performing original songs or covers. For those who are performing original songs, I definitely say that one thing that we're definitely looking for is, it's got to be a good song. It always comes down to the music at the end of it all. Talent, of course, but for those of you who are also doing covers, the live performance aspect of it is something that, I personally look at when sort of seeking out artists as well. But more importantly, I think that the main thing that all of the artists need to recognize is work ethic. It really is, and I've had the pleasure of working with a lot of different artists, and one thing that they all have in common is a very, very strong work ethic. A lot of hours, and I mean thousands of hours, really. If you really are planning to take, this seriously in terms of getting into the music industry and doing it professionally, I mean, it does take a lot of hours and determination, and there's going to be a lot of times where a lot of doors are going to close in front of you, or people are going to tell you that it's not possible. But I think when you're going through hell, you're supposed to keep going, they say. You know what I mean? But as well, I think, and for another thing I think that's really important is, like I said, with the live performance is very important, because I've met some very talented artists who bring me music and it just sounds great. But that's also after being in the studio for many hours and having the studio guy do a little bit of tricks in here and there. But so that's why the live performance is very important, because you really get to see that artist's stage presence, as well as just being able to sort of entertain the audience, because that's really what it is, like, especially when you're here in front of a large group. I mean, they want to be entertained, so the stage presence is very important. And another thing is, again, it's just another really important thing, I think, especially in this day and age when we're, a lot of people sort of, and I'll be the first person to say it, the music industry has changed, obviously, a lot. And with record labels and stuff, even that alone is changing. And the key thing is really, some people say, well, I want to get my song on the radio and stuff like that, which is very important, I guess. But now, I think the main thing is really building your fan base. Really, that's really what it is. It's building your buzz. And sometimes I say it's like you don't even need to necessarily worry about a record label. It's really because it's the fans, really, at the end of the day. And traditionally, I think record labels have been really good at sort of, marketing music and shoving it down people's throat. Where really, at the end of the day, a lot of the kids these days is like they don't want to be shoved stuff down their throat. You know what I mean? It's sort of like they want to discover it themselves, whether it's online, and a lot of things, if people from my work were here, they'd probably get mad at me where I say give the music out for free sometimes. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. I think traditionally people, the record industry has always been like, no, we don't give out music for free. What are you talking about? We gotta make this money, you know what I mean, kind of thing. But I think I represent, a younger generation that sort of understands the online world and social media and stuff like that. And I think it's really important that, getting your music out there and getting it heard out there by, just by the masses in general. And building that fan base and building the buzz is very, very important. So, a key thing that a lot of people are seeing, whether it's in hip hop, whether it's in rock or whatever, it's content, really, at the end of the day. It's creating content, putting that stuff online, letting people discover it, and building that fan base really is what it is. And with that, a lot that comes with that is having a great team around you as well. You know what I mean? So, sometimes new artists are like, well, I need to get a manager, I need to get a publicist. Well, you're not going to really need a manager if you don't have anything to manage. You know what I mean? So, especially with now, with just social media in general, I think, if you got even, whether you're doing it from your home or you got a nice video camera that you can kind of film the stuff and get it out there, and just whether you're tweeting about it, and just the bottom line is again, if the music is good, people will find you. You know what I mean? And they will then spread the word, and that's what it's all about. And just keep building it and building it. So I'm not going to sit up here all day and give you guys an entire lecture on what we look for in the music industry, but I will say that again, it is a lot of hard work, and even when you do get to that level of where we as a record label sort of say, hey, you know what, maybe this is an artist that we want to sort of invest in and build. The truth is that really the work actually starts there. You know what I mean? And so a lot of people have this sort of misconception that, oh, what, I'm signed to a record label, so I get to sit back now and the label's just going to do everything. Wrong. You know what I mean? It's actually, there's that much more work. You know what I mean? So again, I want to applaud everybody for coming up here and doing their thing. You know what I mean? And I really look forward to attending one of these again. So with that said, I think it's now time, right?
And Ivan was also telling me, I was asking him, how do you find talent other than going on to, visiting events like this and being a judge? But he also said, Deirdre, I spend a lot of time online. And I also check the Musique Circle video channel, so that means a lot. Thank you, Ivan.
Absolutely.
So it means a lot. You're there on the YouTube channel, the Musique Circle, where you perform, and he gets a chance to check exactly what you're doing. So now we announce the winners. As he said, it was not easy. The youth category is non-existent because we had only Sierra. But what happens is we also have to acknowledge her for being the only performer, and shortly we will be giving her a little token of appreciation. But the winner, as Todd here from the Storm, and Ivan and I chose, it's very hard, but Ivan, why don't you announce the winner?
And there could only be one winner tonight, but we're all winners, right? So let's all, once again, a big round of applause. And I think we should give a special shout out to Dominic and the Rock Pile staff here in the venue here. Dominic doesn't know, but I used to go to the Big Bop way back in the day, right? So, right? And I see that, okay, never mind. But big shout outs to Dominic and Rock Pile. Okay, so let's, the winner for tonight is Ryan Sosa. Round of applause for Ryan. Is Ryan still here? There he is.
So the night is still young, and Sierra will be given appreciation as well. But we are continuing with the rest of the talent, and Ivan will be here. And yeah, thank you very much. We just had to announce the winners earlier because of other commitments. But anyways, stick around. We are going to listen to some amazing talent. Okay? Have a good night for now, and the rest of it.